Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are finally taking a look at the Lost Ark June/July roadmap, and there are a lot of changes coming as it seems, so let's jump right into it and not delay it any further, shall we? First things first, a team update on the advanced class release Cadence. Lost Ark first launched in Korea in 2019, and Acacia has been growing ever since, with new challenge activities, continents, and classes. The vast amount of content we are working with Smilegate on bringing to the West version. Lost Ark only launched in the West 3.5 months ago, and we are excited to continue a fast release cadence as we work to catch up with other regions and grow the global community. While there's a lot of content that has yet to arrive on the Acacia Western shores, we know that one of the top player questions is regarding the advanced class release cadence. Below, you'll find a glance into our plans and reasoning before we share the June-July roadmap content. We are planning to release one new advanced class every 2 months for the rest of 2022. Okay, I immediately have to jump in here. What happened with one class every month? Like, some people actually hope that we are getting 2 classes per month because we are kind of behind. And people are really waiting for their special class. And it feels now like, wow, we're getting one every 2 months? Ooh, okay, let's see the reason for this. We worked with Smilegate to carefully plan out the schedule, which is a much faster cadence than other regions as we catch up. Yeah, because we also started much later as the other regions. That's not really an excuse. We know some players are eager to max out their roster and want them even faster, but class release build excitement and bring in returning players into Acacia. Oh, no, I get it. So it's a bit like there's a new season of your TV show coming in and we are stretching it out to keep you playing for longer. Let's see if that works out for them. Having a steady flow of content release that include advanced classes during Lost Ark's first year in the West will help support the long-term health of the game. While the specific advanced class schedule is not set in stone, we can say we are planning to release the first 21 advanced classes before the other new or future classes. That makes kind of sense, even though technically they have already broken with this, because we got the mage, right? We got the Sork, the sorceress, and up to what, 1 or 2 months before the Western release, that was the newest classes, or the newest class in the other regions. So it's like, yeah, you technically broke with that, but okay, fine, whatever. Our teams work with Smilegate to evaluate a variety of factors when looking at which advanced class to release at a specific time, such as plan, balance updates and reworks, relevance of the abilities and playstyle to the other content, community feedback, and more. The release of the Glavier and Destroyer advanced class provide a good example. Our teams knew we wanted the Destroyer to release at around the Valtan Legion rate for players to begin leveraging the massive stagger damage in the end-game activities. However, releasing the Destroyer shortly before a planned rework wouldn't be a great experience, so we pulled forward the fan-favorite Glavier advanced class into its place and released the Destroyer alongside Valtan. We know the importance of having a variety of playstyles, and when a new advanced class releases, we want to provide players who enjoy it with paths to quickly progress. Along with planning out the advanced class release cadence, we also work with Smilegate to plan the in-game maintenance features that will help players progress their characters. As we mentioned previously, we let players know what classes are coming out near Power Pass grants or progression events to ensure players can make an informed decision about how and when they want to use these features. In the roadmap below, you'll find more information on the next planned advanced class, the Arcanist. Yes! Good for me. One of my main classes. But I will be honest, technically, if they are going with, yeah, we have to see what people need, we have to see what people want. If they're really going this path, the answer is pretty simple. The artist. You want the artist, because right now we have two supporters. We have the paladin, we have the bard, and that's it, right? And, well, the gunland's not a support class, but the artist would just fit. And it's like, so why not putting that in, right? Like, it would be another magic class, and I think it would fit. So it's a bit weird, and it seems like we will not get the artist till next year, which is like, ooh, okay, well, your decision. Again, they're trying to keep basically the classes coming in, also depending on the power pass. We have clearly seen in the past that they screwed that up, right? That Smilegate basically told them, what? No, you're not getting a fixed amount of power passes like immediately. We will give you a power pass every 2 or 3 months, so you have to manage that. And it seems like Amazon wasn't really aware. I know you could call that a little bit blue-eyed from them to believe that they would just get as many power passes as they desire or something, but it became clear that they don't. And now they are probably trying to manage the cadence of the power passes and the new advanced classes to have them more together so that people can actually utilize it like in other regions. Like, again, I don't like that they are trying to paint a picture that we are releasing new classes much, much faster than they did in the other regions. I was like, yeah, but the other regions are also out for like 1.5 to 2 years at this point. They had just much more time to do all of this. So it's like more like a duh moment than really like a clap on the back. But okay, well, that's how it goes. Let's see. Release notes. Since launch, we have promised to be as transparent as we can with Lost Ark community around the world, with changes to Lost Ark impact and moment-to-moment gameplay, and a variety of game systems that players engage with every day. We fully understand the importance of clearance, communicating those changes as specifically as possible. We wanted to acknowledge frustrations in the community and ensure that it is an ongoing area of conversation between our teams and a focus of us to improve. Our goal is to always clearly communicate changes. Both on the April and May update, we have fallen a little short. Yeah, that's one way to put it. As somebody who has been going through the basically patch notes they provided and the post-patch notes from the community came together and provided those post-patch notes, there's clearly a gap, to put it simple. There is clearly a gap when it comes to class changes. I think one of the biggest one was the destroyer. Like, they did throw the destroyer in, and they completely missed to mention that this is the reworked destroyer. And, well, you have to figure out what was reworked for all the people who played in another region, right? The same goes with, I think, the Deathblade had also like a few skills missing, and some of the skills they were mentioning was like, we have significantly improved the damage of this ability, we have reduced the damage of this ability. And it's like, how much? Give us a number, goddammit. Lost Ark has a colossal amount of content and systems. When we work with Smilegate RPG to compile game builds, blending content that released years ago in Korea with new content like QL updates and balance changes, things get complicated very quickly. Sure, nobody said it will be easy. Neither of our teams intentionally leaves release notes out, but occasionally, when layering content together and handing off details, a few changes can slip into the build or get lost. Yeah, again, I get it. I get it, especially for South Korea. From what we have heard and all that, Amazon has a lot of demands when it comes here to the Western version, and they are glad to give it. But, and this is something we definitely have to point out, they are sometimes going back to content which was released 2 or 3 years ago in South Korea, and they're just looking at it and they're like, okay, they want to have that changed. Yeah. It was the person who did this 3 years ago. Oh, he doesn't work here anymore. okay, then somebody else take over and change that and whatever. Like I get it. It can be very complicated. I get it. Right. Our teams at Amazon Games and Smilegate appreciate the passion and patience. Now that we wrapped up this team update. Okay. Roadmap. The content found below are some of the highlights. This is the new Legion raid, Vicus. We were basically expecting that. It's the little horny or main lady coming in. There's a new Guardian raid, Kungelanium. That's the name. I'm pretty sure that's not the name in South Korea, but whatever. He will be a level 6 Guardian, available to the challenge in the Guardian raid for 60, with up to 3 other heroes. Thronespire. So this was really interesting. This was shown in the first roadmap, which was leaked. Or not leaked. I say leaked. It wasn't leaked. They pushed the roadmap. People were pissed at the roadmap. And then they were like, forget that you ever saw this roadmap. Please delete it from everywhere. And we will come back to you. And this was there. Thronespire is a new single-player dungeon experience in a twisted dimension with 50 levels. It's a tower, but different. Once you enter a floor, you have a limited amount of time to clear it before moving to the next, like the towers, or falling and need to retry, failing. While similar to the Shadowspire and Fatespire solo dungeons, Thronespire has a few key differences. Yes. In Thronespire, you battle until overwhelmed, working to defeat as many floors and enemies as possible before you meet your match and succumb to the demon legions. Completing the first 25 floors grant the first time clear rewards. You earn all rewards for the floors you conquer. The 25 floors are focused on prestige and completion times, proving you have the solo skill it takes to conquer anything the demon legion throw you away. Players will need to be item level 1325 to participate, so not that high, all things considered. From what I've heard from people who actually played this, they really enjoyed it. They say it's like actually the best mindless spire or tower to follow up. I'm okay with it. I've never played it, but I'm looking forward to it. New store cosmetics. Yes, those ones were actually, like, a lot of people wanted those from the beginning. Yeah, there are some amazing skins, and a lot of people wanted those skins right from the get-go. So I'm actually surprised that it took them so long, but here we are. Cool. And that is for June. July. The Arcanist is coming. The Yu-Gi-Oh class, so to speak, definitely the coolest mage class in my opinion. I think she got a rework. I think we are getting the reworked version, so I do not know how that plays. I only remember that I played Arcanist extensively way before the rework. And again, it's like the most mobile mage class in the game. Like, still squishy as hell, but super mobile with a lot of CC abilities. Not the highest damage, but yeah, the biggest problem was the RNG effect with the cards. If you have ever played Final Fantasy XIV, the Astrologer, and you remember the old Astrologer, where you had to draw cards and you had to basically be lucky by what you were drawing to get like a power boost, and not like the useless let's regen some mana or something like that. Similar with the Arcanist, had like a lot of power spikes which were very much random, and I think they reworked her now. Yeah, we will see how this works. Then Valtan gets the Inferno difficulty. This is basically the difficulty where everyone is like, if you're not beating him in this difficulty, you haven't really beaten him. Yada, you know the whole idea. But it is much harder, And this is apparently where the hardcore players are go to. Then we have the Challenge Abyssal Dungeons, similar to how the recent released Challenge Guardian Raid applies the scale of harmony to equalize your powers against your foe in Challenge Abyssal Dungeons. Yep, same thing. If you have now played the Challenge Dungeons / Guardian Raids, you already know what to expect here. They're doing the same thing, that you can basically not out-equip your enemy or that dungeon, right? And they're doing the same thing here. And yeah, that is basically all so far. It's alright. I think this is good. I think they will slowly slow it down because they get closer to the South Korea content. They're not there yet, but they're getting closer to it. And they want to make sure that they are not giving you like those huge content drops every month. And then they actually reach the point at which South Korea is at right now. And then you have to wait 3, 4, 5 months for your next content update. And you are like, where's the content? Like, what's going on? Right? And so they are slowly slowing it down, that you are getting used to it. And the closer we are getting, the more it will slow down. So I would say, seeing all of this, by the end of the year, we probably have catched up with South Korea. If South Korea is not dropping another huge content drop, which, let's be honest here, might actually happen. Yeah. So we will always be like 3 months or even 6 months behind South Korea when it comes to content, which I'm okay with. All right. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. We are at the end of the video. If you enjoyed my commentary and my thoughts to the roadmap, I would appreciate if you leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more Lost Ark content, like guides, I do patch notes, I do the roadmaps, I do whenever a video when it is like good idea and Lost Ark is actually delivering on something interesting and new. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm also doing reaction videos. We have tons of reaction videos coming up now in June. It is the big E3 months, or well, Summer Game Fest it is, where there are tons of new games being announced, tons of new trailers, gameplay. Like, we have big showcases coming up. And if you like reaction videos, you came to the right channel, and I would appreciate if you leave a sub. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.